I want you to take a close look at this map. That road right there is Peters Creek Parkway, and right now it's busier thanks to all of the construction going on Business 40 in Winston-Salem. There's also a Walmart, a Chick-fil-A, there's a Burger King, a Lowe's, and Pinedale Christian Church. This is the last place that you would want to see kids wandering. But WFMY News 2's Adoria Chumba learned that's where 6 of them were found after walking out of a daycare.
Now the children were on the playground in the back of Pinedale Christian Church. Now we're told that they broke free from their teachers, came through the hallway, broke free through 2 sets of doors, up this hill here, and right next to a busy Peters Creek Parkway. Now the folks who rescued them said they were mortified to see 6 children pretty much just chilling by the side of the busy road.
A kid running down the highway, basically, 55-mile-an-hour road.
Angie Herman was on her way to a doctor's appointment when she came upon slowed down cars on the 3300 block of Peters Creek Parkway. That's right across from Pinedale Christian Church.
Here comes a baby running down the middle of the road. And I'm saying baby as in like 2-3-year-old. I'm screaming, get him, get him, get him, get him. My fiance jumps out of the car. We both sling our doors open.
They discovered not 1, but 6 3-year-olds alone and within a hair's length of danger.
That utter disbelief is like, oh my God, why are they out here? What are they doing out here?
Officials at Pinedale Church, which runs the daycare, says 20 children were on the playground with 2 teachers. The 6 somehow broke free. They let themselves out of these 2 large doors.
They were right there at the place no kids should be, for sure. And how that happened is something I can't explain to you. It is just an unexplainable, inexcusable thing that happened. We are horrified and devastated by what happened, and we have to own that.
Pinedale's pastor, who you just heard there, says they've disciplined 2 teachers, but didn't say if that meant they were fired. The Department of Social Services is also investigating.